feel comfortable speaking to you at all. It's nothing personal. Good luck.
You brought up pie. You brought up pie. You brought pie.
By the way, dang man, well, like I'm actually banned from the chat, so I can't answer you in chat.
Well, no, it's fine. I was just asking it for your sake. I think it's a good example.
Okay, let me look.
I mean, the question's been about what's been discovered and what's been invented through language or through mathematics. Just following that. I just wondered about that.
Why don't the Bev Earthers just please enlighten us on pi?
Well said, Flatsy. You read my mind.
I was just asking about it and wondered what the thought was on it. That was all. I'd not,
Please define a Bev Earther for us before I answer.
So why don't the Bev Earthers tell us what pi is?
Please define a Bev Earther before we answer.
Do I have to? Because Bev and Elder Bear are clearly Bev Earthers.
Could I get clarification on that? Because I've been in you guys have been my brothers and sisters for about a month. I don't know what a Bev Earther is.
Yeah, well, that's Bev and Elder Bear. They're Bev Earthers.
What is that?
By the way, Flatsy, hold on, Elder Bear. Flatsy, I got in with him last night. I got into it with him last night. You're not alone in here.
What is a Bev Earther? Please explain what that is.
Bear, that's you.
But what is that? What is that? Somebody who asked about pi is a Bev Earther. Come on, explain.
Why don't you explain pi?
I can call you a QE Earther, Flatsy. All right, superchat. I can call you a QE Earther. Okay? Was that? Is that what you want?
I love it.
Would that adequately describe you as a person and your questions?
Does it?
Well, I'm asking you. You want to put it onto other people. Superchat. Super fluid.
Oh, we're fucking here again, and we're fucking here 2 times in one fucking person and saying how's the Earth measured flat, and the water's not fucking flat because there's fucking waves, and the Earth isn't flat because there's fucking mountains. It's the same fucking shit again. That's a Bev Earther, motherfucker.
Questions.
I just asked about pi.
So stop ganging up on Flatsy. Stop ganging up on Flatsy because that's what's pissing me off right now. Don't gang up on him.
Who are you, Skinny? You're nobody. You're the bouncer. Shut up.
I love it. I honestly love when.
Come on, Flatsy. Are you a QE Earther?
No, am I a QE Earther? Do you think?
Yes. Are you a QE Earther?
Do I?
Because you hang out with QE and you shout super chat. Does that adequately describe you?
Do you think that I have any kind of identity outside of that?
Well, you just said, what's a Bev Earther then?
Of course you do.
What's a Bev Earther? You brought this here, not me.
You, Elder Bear, do you think that I have any other identity outside of that?
You think you brought that. Who do you think I have any other identity?
You
call me a Bev Earther?
Stop fucking talking over Flatsy. She's highly ranked, so stop talking over her.
Hang on. Where do you rank, Skinny? Who gave you the ranks? Where does this ranking come from? Hey?
I'm fucking well below her, and I don't talk over Flatsy. You are, so shut the fuck up and don't talk over her. Just like you won't with Alpha, just like you won't with Jedi, just like you won't with AJ, just like you won't with fucking Jedi. Any of them. Do not fucking talk over it. Flatsy, please go ahead.
The bouncer on the door. This place will be a hell of in the worst position if they ever give you mod powers, man. Alright? You're just a bouncer.
Shut up and let Flatsy talk, you gamma piece of shit. Shut up and let her talk. Let her talk. Let her fucking talk.
Described a Bev Earther. I asked what was a Bev Earther?
Please. Shut up.
Okay, Bev Earther. Do you say anything outside of what Bev Try Thinking says?
Yeah.
Or do you think that
I have an engine? Stratsy. I have an engine management light on my car. The OBD code is PO2EO2. Okay, that Bev Earther language.
Yeah.
Can you solve that for me? Can Bev solve that for me?
You never say that.
My engine management light on my car. In reality.
You never say those things inside of these chat forums.
Nobody's interested in my OBD code on here. I just asked a question about pi, and I asked a question about pi. What's wrong with that? And you said
I
you
did.
brought Bev Earther here. So what has pi got to do with Bev Earther, and what is a Bev Earther? Describe it, please.
You're a fucking bad earther because you sound
Skinny, stop
exactly like
talking to
Bev
you.
all
Stop
the
talking
fucking time.
over Flatsy, Skinny. Stop talking over Flatsy. Be quiet.
I'm talking over you, dick sucker.
He's
Shut
big
the
enough.
fuck up.
She's more skinnier than you are. You
Shut
know
up.
that. She's much more
Shut
senior.
up and stop talking over Flatsy. Or I'm gonna get Alpha in here, or I'm gonna get Jedi in here, or I'm gonna get someone in here, and they're gonna fucking mute you.
Flatsy,
Stop talking over her, and you can stay in. If you don't stop talking over Flatsy, I'm gonna get him in here to fucking ban you. It's that simple. Don't talk over Flatsy.
Flatsy.
We need
Skinny has been bad mouthing QE all week, all right? So you shouldn't take much notice of him white knighting for you, okay?
Yeah, I don't care.
No, well, I don't care either. But what's a Bev Earther? Please describe.
Those people who speak the same rhetoric as Bev.
What is that rhetoric?
Yeah, that you can't seem to define anything.
It's a term used by bigots, I believe.
No,
can you do any better than that, Flatsy?
I want to say this. Bev Earthers will
Is it
not.
because I'm circumcised or something?
No.
Will that help you?
No, it's only because you won't take into account horizontal with vertical.
What are you talking about?
Don't even know what that means, Flatsy. Come on.
I do. I understand.
Flatsy, I would just stop talking. Just stop giving him what he wants entirely. I'm trying.
I just asked about pi. Flatsy brought this problem.
Flatsy
brought this problem here. Flatsy did. It's all on her shoulders. She brought a Bev Earther. All right, she brought that to the room. Nobody else. She created this.
Yeah.
So she can explain what that is because that's what's happening.
Can we go back to the
People are being sent into exile because of the mouth of people like Flatsy. So she should explain what that is.
Okay, so do you
Stop
think
getting emotional, bro, and have an actual
Nothing to
conversation?
do with you either.
Everybody
Not
just
talking
stop
to you.
getting emotional, please.
He won't let me talk. He just
Well,
wants
we're not all 12 years old, everybody on any side, like everybody.
What's your rank, Sydney? Come on, Flatsy. You can talk.
I'm trying.
Those are irrelevant questions, bro. If you're not going to go back on topic, then I suggest you just mute yourself.
Skinny told me about the ranking system, so I'm just trying to understand what that is. Come on, Flatsy. You can talk about what a Bev Earther is. Describe it, please.
Who said something about a ranking system?
Skinny.
Okay.
He says that people are senior to him, and he was brought in by a certain person into this. He was enrolled, employed.
Yeah.
So that tells me there's a structure.
Thanks.
And then I question the structure and wonder what that is. What's that about? So anyway,
I'm going to start questioning that too. What is the structure?
Let's get back to Bev Earther.
Yeah, I'm going to start questioning that too really quick, though. What is that structure? Who brought in Skinny Vet? I'd like to know.
Well, he told me AJ brought him in.
Oh, yeah, that's just his friend in real life. So, yeah.
Well, Skinny Vet's a good guy.
Let's keep on Bev Earther. Let's not get lost.
Elder Bear.
That's the point.
Elder Bear.
Have you tried asking Bev what he thinks, and then you might be able to piece together what Bev Earther is?
You're trying to obfuscate. Come on, Flatsy. Explain what a Bev Earther is. You've got the room.
An explanation. You seem to be able to go off on your own rants with Bev's backing.
No, I'm here alone. I'm here alone.
Also not talking while you're going off.
Hang on. But you repeat what QE says, but nobody calls you a QE card.
Do I repeat everything QE says? Do I?
A lot, yes. I've heard you in training here too. So don't worry, Flatsy. I heard you go through your training process as well.
Oh my gosh. Give me an example.
An example?
Yeah, when you were just practicing Miggy's 3 questions 2 or 3 months ago.
We're getting off topic here.
Yeah, Bev Earther.
Let's get back on topic.
It was a question asked about pi, if you remember. I said I would answer it if Flatsy could tell me what a Bev Earther is. Because it seems to me like it's a term used by bigots that just want to label people.
No, you guys are the ones who will come in here and you'll be you have some sort of a superiority complex.
No.
Like Everything needs to be defined like you want it defined instead of the way it is defined.
Yeah, well, you said about pi that it was a relationship. Well, you said it was the circumference.
Circle? No, to a circle. Yes, it's
right.
a
Well,
circumference.
it's not.
Like
It's a ratio.
to a circle.
It's the ratio of the diameter to the circumference of every circle.
Okay, so give me what you're saying that is disputing what I said.
Please tell me what a Bev-Earther is first. Is it somebody who knows that pi is a ratio between the diameter and the circumference of a circle? Is that a Bev-Earther?
Contention what I said about it being relative to a circle and the circumference. So you need to tell me where I was wrong and why I don't understand and why I would even consider you being some sort of other outside source other than a flat earther, globe earther. I called you a bev earther because you want to define things your own way.
You want to separate us. That's not my way of defining what pi is.
You
That's
did that
literally what
yourself,
pi
not
is.
me. Not me. You did that.
I did what?
Separate yourself.
No, I didn't.
Because
I just speak of reality, right?
Did somebody butt hurt you because you said flat earth?
Bev, I have a kind of like a maybe like an intellectual question for you. Like so pi is the number that it is.
No. Pi is a ratio.
And the ratio is just.
Well, it's also an irrational number. Like you can't.
It's not actually a number. You don't know what the number is. You can't give me the last digit.
You're right.
No, that's
You're
why
right.
it's irrational. That's why it's irrational.
Yes.
You're right.
It's an irrational number.
Does that sit true in the same way that prime numbers sit true? Like they are just like they are just things that exist. Like they just are what they are.
A prime number is a number that's only divisible by itself and 1.
And there's an infinite amount of them, right?
I wouldn't know. How do you know?
You're right. Presumably, there's an infinite number of them. At the same time, presumably, pi goes on to infinity. Sometimes numbers are just what they are.
It's just a ratio. That's why we call it pi. It's just a ratio.
Right, so I guess we're still having a mathematical conversation.
Well, really, I want to get down to the bottom of why there is a term now called a Bev-Earther, because that does seem very bigoted.
Bev-Earther.
Well, you kind of set yourself apart because you're too butthurt to say flat Earth.
It's not flat though. That's why I don't say it's flat Earth, because it's not flat. I know it's not flat.
Does it curve anywhere?
Yes, there's curves all over the place. We discussed that with Skinny yesterday. We definitely see curves.
Bev, does it curve into a ball?
Does what curve into a ball?
The Earth.
The Earth, right? The Earth to me is soil, dirt. It's separate to rocks and water. You can form Earth into a ball. Yes. Go outside. Go and grab some dirt and form it into a ball.
When you look at the horizon, does it curve into a ball?
The horizon, the plane of the horizon is horizontal, as stated in the argument.
This is why you're a Bev-Earther, because you can't answer that question.
Well,
what can't answer what question?
The question I asked you that was pretty simple.
About the horizon, and I stated the horizon, the plane of the horizon is horizontal. Yes.
But you knew what I meant. You know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean. Ask the question again. I will state it.
Do we live on a ball, Bev?
You do.
We live on a ball, Bev?
Does the Earth at a whole form into a ball in a vacuum of space?
I don't know the whole. But definitely, right? The dogmatic globe can be proved dogmatic. Flatsy. If that's not enough for you to understand and comprehend what it actually means,
you do know what,
then that's up to you.
You know what she's talking about then, Bev. You know what she's talking about then, Bev.
Yeah,
right?
is the water flat?
Yeah.
Is water flat?
Do you have a false dichotomy here, Flatsy? Because I will tell you now, right? If you set up a false dichotomy, you can prove whichever side of the false dichotomy you want.
It isn't. It either is or it isn't, Bev. And you want
a simple question, man.
You want to choose something outside of that, and you can't defend it. That's why you act so ignorant.
I don't act ignorant, Flatsy. I'm not too sure you understand what you're talking about.
Specific questions, and you are dodging them because you don't want to answer it directly.
I don't go with the false dichotomy, Flatsy. If that's what you want to call a Bev Earther, right? The one that can prove both flat Earth and the dogmatic globe false. If you want that, then fair enough. You can go with that. That's a Bev Earther.
Okay, so what are you doing to prove?
Are you going to define a Bev Earther, Flatsy, or are you going to leave it to other people to do?
I would just love to hear you prove both wrong really quick. Go ahead. I know elevation changes the reason why flat Earth isn't.
Yep.
So why isn't globe Earth something? Go ahead.
The spherical globe. Yeah, you sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. It goes like this. It's in the form of a modus tollens. Yeah? You ready?
We're all waiting with bated breath.
The Earth is a spherical object, P, then the surface of liquid water must, at rest, must curve.
The Earth? Wait a sec. The Earth?
Oh,
let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
You want me to go again? I'll start it again. If
go ahead.
The Earth is a spherical object, P, then the surface of liquid water at rest must curve, Q. A water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference. Therefore, not Q. Not P. Therefore, not Q. Yeah?
See? This is
valid,
but the Earth is not a spherical object, Flatsy.
And it's not flat either.
Yeah.
And it's, yes.
I mean, the dirt, the soil.
It's valid, but not necessarily sound. Like, we have to do more work. More work is required.
It's just an argument. Yeah. What's up with it? Flatsy.
No, it's
no,
valid.
Please. No, Flatsy. Flatsy, what's up with it?
I'm asking you right now, do you hate the word flat?
What's up with the argument, Flatsy?
Because the land will conform to the water that you're talking about, right?
What?
Yeah, it's not, even with elevation changes, it's still going to...
Elevation changes are measured, yes.
With the elevation changes, it's still going to conform to what the water does, right?
Makes it not flat.
It's still going to be flat. If you go up and it will be flatter. The higher you go,
the land stays exactly the same, regardless of your elevation. You don't get to change the land.
I know what you're saying, but you hate the word flat.
I don't.
You do.
You guys speak of a lot of hatred. I just use words precisely, right?
You are the one who won't use the word flat.
I do. If the Earth is flat, there you go. I've used it, right? If the Earth is flat, P, then there would be no measurable change in elevation.
But is it curving?
Elevation is a measured change in the vertical datum. Therefore, the Earth is not flat. It's no hatred, it's just a word.
Is it curving into a ball, or is it flat across the surface?
Valid, but not sound. It takes experimentation to determine soundness.
I quickly, hold on, Cortigo. I just posted what Bev, what are the memes at 4 minutes after the hour? That's what Bev posted the other day. So if anybody wants to look at that, it's kind of the argument that he has, or statement, however you want to form it. But that's what Bev's saying.
It's part of the false dichotomy modus tollens.
Veritas, you would agree.
Yeah, but he's
valid, but it takes more work to get to pound it.
Oh, that
right?
wasn't to you, Cortigo. I'm just stating it to the room.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Bev's going with pronouns. His pronouns for the Earth. Instead of it being one or the other, is it curving into a ball or is it not?
It's not a false dichotomy, is it? Because if you can prove both of them false, then
You
it's
are-
obviously a false dichotomy, right?
Your pronouns. This is your pronouns. It's either a girl or a boy, and you're saying that it's not a dichotomy. It's actually something else. This
It's
is
a false
you.
dichotomy, yes. That's
You're
what I'm saying.
You're saying that something that is or isn't is a false dichotomy, just like somebody is saying that a girl and a boy are a false dichotomy.
No, I'm saying
buddy.
flat or globe is not a true dichotomy. That's what I'm saying, Flatsy.
Yeah, the true dichotomy, just like it is with gender.
We live on a sphere.
Okay.
We live on a sphere, Ben.
Yeah, hang on. I just, hopefully I'm not going to get the room more in an uproar than it is already. All right. Without getting everybody upset, it is a false dichotomy, and let me tell you why.
There you go.
All right.
Brenda even admits it.
Let me just tell you why. Okay. One of them does not exist. So you can't pit one against the other. Now, this is my perspective, but I'm not.
I got
not really. Do you get it, Flatsy? So
yeah,
he is correct to an extent. Yes, to an extent.
False dichotomy
because
they're both false.
Yeah, that's his position. Our position would be it's a false dichotomy because one of them is incorrect.
So
but,
you can prove the flat one true, can you?
Yes.
He's asking you if we live on a sphere, a false dichotomy.
Water's flat.
Is asking you, do we live on a sphere? Is that a false dichotomy, or is it just a simple question?
No, did I not just make an argument? Do you want me to get the argument again?
No, I already posted it, so
no,
I guess
the other one.
See what
the other one to show the false dichotomy.
Reckon you could answer it, Bev? Though, you reckon you could answer that simple question? Do we live on a sphere?
Where was the proof? Is the proof coming for the flat Earth? Is somebody going to present
it's not that hard of a question to answer. You either think you do or you think you don't.
Well, it's already said it was a false dichotomy because one is true and one isn't.
Say yes or no. It's that
and
difficult, is it?
Alpha was going to say that he had some proof.
Do you think that we live on a sphere?
Alpha said he had some proof.
We live on a sphere.
Alpha said he had some proof. That's what we.
I
that's
don't.
all.
I can say I don't think I live on a sphere. It's that easy.
Fine. That's not what.
Why isn't it that easy for you guys?
There you go. Check that one out. It's in the chat now. There's the new one. There's the other one.
My goodness.
Check that out.
Me.
Is that the second part?
Sad.
I'm gonna save that.
It honestly is sad.
That's the one that Heretic likes. That's the one that we made to simplify QE's fallacious modus tollens.
It's flat. It's literally flat.
You have to set up a false dichotomy first in order to do this. And with either of these arguments, you can prove the other. If you keep to the false dichotomy. Don't let anyone know about the false dichotomy, though, right?
Yeah,
don't mention the false dichotomy when you're talking about this.
Flat Earth and went to flat and not flat. You went to the dichotomy of from the dichotomy of globe or not globe to flat or not flat. That's so silly.
What's your proof of the flat then, Flatsy? What's your proof you have to offer?
Because it's not a globe; it is flat.
And proof. Not just to say
when
it. What the
elevation changes, it is flat. It is not curving into a globe.
So hang on, Elder. Hold on. Flatsy. So just I don't know if you understand where the points are coming from, but I've already gained an understanding of their position. Elder Bear has kind of went through a little bit of parsed out a little bit of what they talk about. Bev, I think could probably speak.
I can't believe that you think you've only just come to this realization now.
So let's just I know, but some people don't know your argument, Bev. So you got to kind of
after all of these years. I wonder why that is. Maybe people have been misrepresenting me, right?
Well, let's just. I mean, if we're gonna clear the fog of war, can we do it in a way that people can understand? Let's just try to see what's going on. All right. So with Elder Bear and Bev, I guess you guys can articulate your position. So I don't know if I can steel man you or not, but let me see if I can give it a whirl. You would say that to say that the Earth is a globe or flat is unknown. Is that correct or incorrect?
No, you can know they're false statements.
Right. So they're not correct.
Yeah, the modus tollens falsifies the claim, right? It falsifies both the claim that the Earth is flat and falsifies the claim that the Earth is a spherical object.
All right. If we're going to establish a foundation for what is level or if we're going to say elevation change happens, then we have to know from what are we establishing elevation change from.
Mm-hmm.
So in your explanation, what would you say elevation change occurs from? What is our baseline?
What are we? Vertical datum elevation changes are measured.
Well, we got to talk about sea level. Like,
yeah, Cortigo, it's not. You have to let them. You don't misrepresent what they're saying. They have to articulate what it means to say that there's elevation change. So from elevation change, are we using a sea level, like a mean sea level, an average, a point on the water, or are we saying there's a plane that we're going to pit against this sea level too, like not just a point on the water, but an actual plane, or is it a point?
What you say, is there an elevation change of what? You have to speak of the identity of the thing that you're checking to see whether there is an elevation change. Then you'll normally say, from this point here, is that point over there either higher or lower than this point here? That's how elevation changes are worked. From point to point.
What is the baseline for where they all begin? What, like where you begin saying, okay, from this point, then we can go 1, 2, 3, elevation up.
Well, the process of establishing whether there is an elevation change requires a level for you to reference it to. And that's the way of linking one point to another.
So from 2 points on the Earth, we're going to establish a
2
level.
Points anywhere. It can be in the air.
In the air.
Yeah, anywhere. Just 2 points anywhere.
Okay. So from those points, is there a horizontal? Are they on a horizontal plane, or are they on a curved plane?
The whole point. There's no such thing as a curved plane. What made you say that?
Well, I know. I'm just trying to put out as much as I can so that people won't misrepresent your position.
Well, just giving me the chance to say, fucking hell, Mickey,
go ahead.
Fucking
go
ridiculous.
Ahead. Well, go ahead.
You know who else talks of that sort of stuff? Brenda.
Yeah, I know a few. But continue.
Okay, so in order to reference one point to another, you have to have a means to be able to reference an elevation change of those 2 points from each other. And we use a level, like stated in the argument earlier. A water level is a tool for establishing an even altitude. So that's what you can reference. You can then use that tool to reference the other points, can't you? To see whether it's either higher or lower than that even altitude.
Yeah, I get that much, but what I'm saying is our baseline is sea level. We would like people normally would say baseline is sea level, and everywhere above land would be higher or lower than sea level.
No, sea level is known elevation to change on the vertical datum. That's why we need a mathematical mean, an average.
Right.
To work
so if
from.
you're establishing that from the baseline of water, then you're going to move forward and say the elevation of land is X amount in elevation because we have a starting point.
A mean, because the water also does the same thing. It goes up and down, just like the land.
Well, yeah, it rises and lowers. We got tides. But what I'm saying is, from that mean, we're going to establish elevation, right?
Yeah. On the vertical datum.
Okay. Okay, and if you're going to say that the baseline is that mean, then I don't know.
No,
do you guys see an issue? I don't know. I know, but a point line on what?
On a vertical datum.
I know, but is a point line, like if I have 2 points on the water, let's say a mean sea level point, right, where you say that's the average, and everywhere else on Earth is gonna be either higher or lower than that point.
No, just reference to that one particular checkpoint, if you will. So the UK has a mean, right, and that's not the same as your American / Canadian / parts of Mexico. You have a different mean than we do, because yours is established in the Great Lakes. Ours is established at Newlyn.
Let's see if anybody wants to rebut what's being said here first. I just want to give the conversation a chance to see if anybody... Can you guys see what Bev is saying, or do you have a rebuttal to anything he's saying? Go ahead.
Yes. So a horizontal and vertical are not intrinsically linked, according to Bev.
Who said
it's
that?
It's only vertical that matters.
Don't say that. Horizontal and vertical are perpendicular.
On the vertical. Okay, so what is in respect to the vertical plane that you're talking about?
We've just said, I just said earlier, a water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference.
So that's what...
A plumb line, right, is what we use in reality to establish a vertical.
Hold on, let me give you a visual. Let me say, we're using plumb and horizontal to build this.
Plumb and level we use.
I think she had to step away, so I had to give her a moment. Yeah, I would challenge it further, Bev, but I want to let other people.
But you want to challenge
like other people?
Okay.
No, what's being said? I'll wait till other people come in. I don't know if there's anybody else going to chime in.
Into the breaks, putting some quotes there about plumb. Very true.
Okay, so here we go. So the picture that I just posted. So are we... Oh, I'm sorry. Are we talking about vertical and plumb respect, like in respect to this being built right here?
Well, yeah, that's how things are built. Vertical, yes.
So what is everything else right there? Is it on a horizontal plane, or is it with elevation?
It's just on a picture.
Changes. Yeah, but you're talking about the higher you go, the more horizontal your horizontal plane becomes, right?
No, the horizontal plane is horizontal. That's how it's defined, isn't it?
We're talking about a horizontal plane that we do rise over run, right? That's how we build these cities.
Yeah. Yeah, and rise is an elevation change.
From the okay, yeah, but I'm talking about the overall. Is that some sort of like is it not flat, or is
it's
it
not flat? Yes.
Like you're talking about.
Yes, Flatsy, it's not flat.
You won't bend him.
Oh my God.
Flatsy. He's a fury. If you know what that is from
Would you say that is flat?
Vin Diesel movies? Vin Diesel is a fury.
I think the correct way to look at this is horizontal plane reference. So like rise over run does exist, but it could only exist on a horizontal plane of reference. So vertical plumb could only exist in that plane of existence.
Run is a horizontal distance, and rise is a vertical distance.
Yeah,
as defined in rise over run.
Sure.
Level head.
There is no hole.
You got the
right?
Go ahead.
The peg bev, there's no hole for the peg bev to fit into.
Everybody's an individual, dude. Stop being
saying,
so bigoted.
You are a bev earther.
There you go. Flatsy's doing it.
What I posted.
All right, look.
And say that is not
very
flat.
bigoted that of you, Flatsy. Don't worry about it though.
Yeah.
That's not
Listen,
bigoted.
Yeah, it is.
That's his.
I'm looking at what you
Flatsy,
see. We're both
you've hurt my feelings, Flatsy. You've hurt my feelings. Elder Bear Earther is also a gender recognition. You need, I don't want to call on the hate police. If you don't include me in that. Elder Bear Earther too.
Elder Bear, you're a Bev Earther too. Yes, we got you.
That's bigoted, Flatsy,
So
right
when
there.
you look at what I
Elder
just
Bear,
said,
I need to know. That's my pronoun. Elder Bear Earther, please.
oh,
All right, guys. Let's just shift back into the discussion. I think that would be useful.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank
not
you.
continue forward in the back and forth on names. But so, if let's just, I'm gonna let Cortigo, you've been wanting to come in here. Now you might have a different opinion on what we've been saying, and maybe Bev too as well. So
I've been walking around. I've been cleaning my house a bit.
do you want to
so.
continue to do that, or do you want to chime in?
I would like a new topic. Like if there's like a new topic that we could bring up, like
This is a scary topic, huh, Cortico? Scary to talk about horizontal and perpendiculars, right?
Well, he doesn't agree with you, Cortigo, for sure. So I mean, you're not gonna get anywhere.
well,
I'm just saying, dude.
I mean,
rise over
like
run is what
I'm
we
not
do.
afraid. I'm not afraid of any
Well, that's-
any subjects. If we
that's
would want to
fine.
rehash anything.
No, if you're busy,
No,
then
I don't
just
think you
stay
are.
busy.
No. I'm back now. I'm back on my couch.
Well, I was actually going to ask anybody else if they wanted to jump in. So, because it really, we've heard you speak on here, but I only gave you the opportunity because you wanted to speak earlier. But does anybody else listening to the discussion want to chime in? Now's the time.
I'm not afraid to say that I don't think I live on a sphere. I'm not afraid to say that I think everything that we're experiencing in reality physically is distributed in relation to horizontal and vertical. That has implications for at least the extent of reality, physical reality, that I'm capable of exploring. And I think it could be in what is it? Is it an adverb? You could where something lies horizontally, it can be described as being flat.
Yeah, exactly. Flat is a description of a surface.
Yeah, but if it's vertical, then
Not
it's
a
not
geometrical
flat, right?
plane. So you are saying that it's a false dichotomy, but you are saying the same thing that we are. So you want to differentiate what we're saying with something else,
I'm not
but you're
saying the
saying
same
the
thing
same
that you
thing.
are, though, am I?
You are.
That's your problem. I'm not.
You say it's in the vertical.
I'm saying
plane,
the
but
Earth's
that is
not
referred
flat.
to a horizontal. That is what we're saying.
And that's
It's the
disproved
respect to the
by a
horizontal.
vertical measurement.
Cut the mountain.
It's a question of being
cut the
more
mountain right off at the bottom from where you've referenced it. You know its height from, right, and just cut it clean.
You ever seen like contour lines?
Sever it from that.
You've seen contour lines.
The bottom
on a map.
is going to be flat, right? The bottom is going to be flat,
and
where it was
lines
attached
would be
to,
even,
where you referenced
the
height from,
right?
Is going to be flat too, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Contour line is an even elevation.
Flat.
On a horizontal plane, right? A horizontal slice through the mountain, right? That doesn't make the mountain flat, does it?
Right, let's see if.
Flat.
Hold on, let's see if Elder Bear can come in.
Well, we'd reached the point in the conversation where you, Miggy Alpha, were talking about mean sea level and about what that is, the relationship of that to anything. And then Flatsy came in with a picture and all went west and said, so can we get back to that bit?
Yeah, well,
and move
the
from
way
there?
the terrain is
Not your picture, Flatsy.
is not. It's not in a spherical manner. It's in a flat manner. All of the
Mean sea
topography
level is what
arranged
the
in a.
conversation got
No,
to.
no, no, no. We're gonna go ahead and talk about it in the actual sense. So all of the topographical sorry. So all of the topography is arranged in a flat.
No, the mountains have elevation changes.
Yeah, but they are still
Jerry's
arranged
posted a picture
level.
there of what contour lines and how that works, Flatsy. Does that make the mountain flat?
We're talking about something else. We are talking about, is it arranged flat or is it arranged spherical?
Okay,
we are
so this is gonna
topography.
this conversation is going to rely on how you articulate Like this conversation is going to rely on how you articulate your points. Because when someone's pedantic, you have to know how to articulate what you're saying. Because then words actually do mean something.
No, we
right?
are talking about mathematics here, aren't we?
Yeah, but the case.
We're talking about topography.
Flatsy doesn't really understand the fundamentals of mathematics and where we start.
You are talking about topography. We're talking about the topography too. So the topography is either arranged in a flat level way, or is it arranged in a spherical way?
Like the total Earth topography.
Yes.
So.
Where did you see the total, Flatsy? Where is the total that you've seen that you could say so?
Like a mean Earth flatness.
Yeah,
The
mean Earth flatness.
topography is arranged in a flat surface.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Forever.
Well, okay,
Infinite.
like hold on.
Infinite.
You'll only experience in relation to vertical and horizontal.
So, I mean, there is a topography. If it were completely flat, then that word would have no meaning. What?
Well, we're talking about the arrangement of it now, because they're saying that either flat or spherical is a false dichotomy, but we're talking about the arrangement of topography. Is the topography spherical or is it flat?
It's elevation. Have you seen elevation profiles, Flatsy?
Flat. Topography is still arranged flat.
But a flat has been brought into a different sense of meaning because it's now said that it's measured flat.
Now we're getting somewhere.
And that's a claim.
Oh, it is. It
All
is
right.
measured
And
flat.
that's not just an observation or you pointing a picture and going, look, everywhere is flat.
Yeah, because
and that somewhere, if you dig down 10 meters, if you dig down 10 meters, there's a solid horizontal baseline. Everybody will be able to find it, depending on where they are. Somewhere you dig down and you'll find it.
Yep.
I don't know where that is.
Navigation.
Okay, that's another story. Just keep to the flat bit. It's measured flat.
The topography is arranged in a flat manner, not in a spherical manner.
But measurement is a claim. That's all the question was. How was that done? How is it done? Where is this naturally occurring? Where's the naturally occurring phenomena of this flat piece that we would look at and go, well, that looks, is that horizontal? How can we measure that? How can we be sure it is?
Vertical, yes.
Where is that? Where is that and where was it done in history?
Rise over run from sea
Do you just believe it or is it a proof?
Is in that arrangement.
Can we sum this up into our understanding of what horizontal is?
I think we have to start talking about atmospheres. Like
No. This seems to be just a horizontal matter, right? The fact that horizontal is a plane, people seem to think that makes the Earth flat. Well, I say it doesn't. I say that's how we know that the Earth is not flat, due to elevation changes.
It is arranged in a flat manner.
But how? If that's what you want to get to, then Flatsy, then the globe isn't flat, right? How do you know, Flatsy?
Flat, right,
how do you know that a horizontal is a plane, a geometric plane, and your understanding of what that geometric plane is?
Flat.
How do you know that?
Yeah, because water is flat at its surface at rest.
How do you know that?
And sea level, because that is physics.
Yeah. How do you know that?
Yeah. That's we have levels with it. That's why you have a bubble level. That's why you.
I think Mickey was telling you earlier, right?
Use water to
That's just language.
My picture frame
it's just something you've been told.
It is level.
Like, have you discovered that, or were you taught it? Did you invent it, or did you discover it?
No, it's demonstrable. It's demonstrable. I can use.
How
water
can you
to level it.
Okay,
All right,
brilliant.
so,
Good.
Yeah, I would just say this on that occasion: if something is self-evident, it's you don't have to teach somebody something.
It's an axiom.
So yeah, it would be a starting point. Like if we all go out and see something, we don't need to describe.
But it's
what we're seeing.
always been an axiom, right?
No, but there are some axioms that would take so much fucking work to do, and that's not conducive to
It
voice
is
chat.
an axiom.
It's not an
Water
axiom,
level. I
Flatsy.
can
If
use
if
water
it can be
level.
proved, then
Even
it is
if I
not
can't
an
arrange
axiom,
a
right?
contain,
Even
listen.
you
If
can
I use
even prove
hold
axioms.
on, Bev. Hold on, Bev. Hold on. Even if I have a container of water, 2 containers of water. Let's do 2 containers of water, and I can tape them to my wall, and I don't even get them correct. Like I don't have them arranged correctly, but the water still is level on both containers. I can level a picture frame on my wall with water because even if I misplace the containers that the water's in, it will still give me water level and I can arrange the
Yeah, I don't
picture
think you've
horizontally
understood
perfectly.
communicating vessels there, Flatsy.
No, 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 no. This is perfect. This is demonstrable. You can demonstrate this yourself. 2 water containers at 2 different ends of your home on 2 different
Connected.
parts of your wall and
Connected,
give you a
Flatsy.
horizontal perfectly. What
They,
are you talking about?
the 2 containers, they have to be connected.
What
Yeah, you
is
don't
the
have to even have the containers aligned on your wall correctly. Just the water level will be
The
perfect in
water
those
within
containers.
those 2
Even if I
containers
have
has to be
one of
connected.
those containers, as long as one of those, I can even have one of those containers diagonally, that water level will still be perfect.
Flatsy is making globe Earth like facts. Why don't you guys like figure out like where the differentiation occurs, because like everything Flatsy says is it like right now is consistent with a globe Earth model. Like if you want to argue that it is not, like that is the point in
That is
contention.
not what I said at
It's like a
all.
total left field kind of comment right there, Cortical. That's
I
fine.
can have those containers wrong. The containers of water wrong. And the water will still be level on both containers, whether they are like 6 feet apart on my wall or less or more or whatever. I can establish a horizontal
They
if I
have to
tape
be
containers of
connected,
water to my
Flatsy.
wall. What are you talking about?
The
What
2
I'm saying
containers
is
that you've got,
demonstrable.
they have to be connected. They're communicating vessels. They have to be able to communicate with each other.
Let me just tell Flatsy. So he's talking about like imagine having.
Who taught you this, Flatsy?
Yeah, I'm trying to help you
Who
out there,
taught
Bev.
me this?
So
Life taught me this.
no,
I
like
can go do
your
this right
point,
now.
Flatsy. Your point that you're saying is what he's trying to tell you is, let's say you have a long, for this short example, like a long tube, one on a first story of your house and one on the second story. You pour water in that tube, the water is gonna hit a level, like across the tube. It doesn't matter what floor you're on. It's just gonna matter where how the water levels itself out to the tube ends. So they're connected one to the other. First floor, second floor.
You'd
I don't know if
both normally be on the same floor, Miggy. Come on.
Well, you could do that. You could do that too. But what I'm saying is, with this
I'm talking on the
example,
same wall.
I think we're gonna
yeah,
have to
2
move on.
containers of water, no matter their orientation, if I can tape 2 containers on my wall, one wall, they will tell me horizontal without I can't make an error because if I do, it doesn't matter because the water's still going to be level in the container.
They're connected though, right, Flatsy?
No, they're 2 different containers. I can tape 2 different containers on my wall and find a horizontal from both of them.
No, they have to be connected in order to establish a horizontal between them.
Okay, but you're talking about a horizontal with one line. I'm saying
Talking
that
about,
all of them
talking about the
establish.
tool, the
Yeah,
water
well,
level.
I'm talking about both of them will establish a horizontal line parallel to each other. So we're talking about everything being parallel. So if I taped a container to my wall with water in it, it will still be level, and I can draw a line from that water level with a straight edge. If I connect it to that container and follow that horizontal line of the water, that's one line. It's horizontal. And then if I have another container of water at any other elevation, it doesn't matter. It's going to be parallel to the other. Everything will be horizontal.
Yeah, but not okay. So in this regard, Flatsy, not in parallel to the other container, parallel to itself. Like so, it's gonna hold the
It'll
rigidity
be
and
horizontal to the other.
yeah,
It'll be parallel to the other one.
yeah.
It
You
will
mean
never
yeah?
connect that line
You mean it'll be on a
ever. And
yeah? You mean on a horizontal? So okay, yeah. If you
Here's,
have two
here's
separate,
another argument for you. Check this one
yeah,
out.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
I
Wait,
call this one.
Let's just
call this one the argument, right? This is
yeah,
a modus ponens. Let us just do this though, Miggy, right?
No,
it's quite important.
No. I'm gonna sift through what Flatsy said so that there's no confusion. I want just for people to understand. So Flatsy was bringing up a point, right? So she said that if you have two containers with water level in those both containers, you can establish a horizontal plane of like able to establish level. Like if you're gonna hang a picture, let's say, just for example, right? You got one container at a different elevation than the other. They'll be on different horizontal planes, but they're still on the main horizontal plane of reference, which is the Earth. The Earth itself is on a horizontal plane. So the horizontal plane of the water that you have on the first container above the other one, because they're different elevations, right? So the main horizontal plane that they're on is the Earth. They're referencing the Earth. They're not referencing their own horizontal plane. They're referencing the Earth's horizontal plane on different elevations. So that's what she's trying to say, articulating the point that we can't skip out on that, right? So she's basically saying you can have 3 containers, 4, 5, it doesn't matter. But the different horizontal planes that those containers are showing you at different elevations will still be referencing the main horizontal plane of the Earth.
they'll always be parallel. They'll never intersect.
To the Earth, not to themselves.
Exactly.
To the Earth.
Or either. None of them will ever intersect
yeah,
to the Earth or themselves.
They'll always be horizontal in relation, and like so if you move down to lower elevation, the container of water in the lower elevation will be on a horizontal plane referencing the Earth's horizontal plane, but still on a horizontal plane, and they will always be horizontal in respect to each other. Does that point? I don't know. I just wanted to bring that point forward. I'll let Bev through. I'll let Bev through. That's the only thing I wanted to make clear.
You can go underneath the foundation of a house and do the same thing under the Earth.
Yeah, Bev's gonna come through. Bev's gonna come through with his main argument. So just allow him to come through. I just wanted to say that because Flatsy, that's the only thing I wanted to make sure that people understood. Yeah, there you go.
Well, thank you. Flatsy was saying earlier that horizontals are parallel, and you, I think you reinforced that a little bit. But I have an argument, right? We do that. We make arguments, right? Those earlier ones are called modus tollens, and what they do is they falsify a claim. The other type of argument is called a modus ponens, and that's a direct positive proof. You say yes, you affirm. Right? When this is, I call this one the argument because, well, just for yourself. If P then Q, same format, right? If all horizontals are parallel to the plane of the horizon, P, then all horizontals must be parallel to each other, Q. That one goes back, you can go over the elements of Euclid, the foundations of mathematics, to show how that is a proof, a mathematical proof. And we then say, by definition, all horizontals are parallel to the plane of the horizon, which you can check for yourself. Every horizontal will always be parallel to the plane of the horizon. Would require a black swan for this, right? And you then say, therefore, P is true, and then Q is true, because that's how a modus ponens works. You can then say all horizontals will be parallel to each other, right? That's a positive proof, right? You can also have a corollary what is the thing that isn't stated within the thing, which is a true statement, right? You can say the plane of the horizon will always be horizontal. You can also say by the law of non-contradiction, you can't have something being both true and not true, right? So the statement, the argument cannot be both true and false concurrently. Therefore, there will never be a black swan for that argument. And you cannot form a modus tollens for the argument either. It's just a modus ponens proof.
There you go, Flatsy. I think we're all good here. I don't know why.
Proof that all horizontals
Yeah,
are parallel.
I'm saying welcome to Flat Earth.
But that being true and always being true does not prove that the Earth is flat. It just proves that all horizontals are parallel.
That's fine. That's fine, Bill.
Can we move on?
No, well, Elderbeard, did you want to say something?
We agree. We agree, Bev.
Hold on,
Flatsy. Bev Earther.
Flatsy, let Elderbeard.
Bev Earther again.
Yeah.
How do you transfer those pots of water off of your mantelpiece into reality, into something observable that is that you describe?
Because all
Where
these
is that?
horizontals that it establishes are parallel.
Where is that water in nature that we can observe?
The surface of water, lakes, the sea, those things.
The lakes and the sea are perfectly horizontal. Is that what you're saying? We can use those.
Those horizontal
not at rest though, Flatsy.
Even though the sea rises and falls.
I'm saying at rest.
But it isn't at rest. The sea isn't at rest. So it's not the sea.
That's land will always conform to what the sea is because the land is in the sea.
So does the land also rise and fall?
It
with
appears
the sea?
to, but it doesn't actually.
But with the sea, I mean, the sea isn't a constant.
The sea is something else, man, because you can look out at the sea and it will give you.
So we could discard the sea as a horizontal reference in itself.
It is a horizontal reference because we know the.
But it rises and falls, and it has waves and all that kind of stuff that isn't horizontal.
Yeah,
that's the
but
point.
We're talking about the physics of water.
You're zooming out, and you're teaching people to zoom out and go high. Look, it looks flat.
We're talking about physical science.
No,
we're talking about physical science.
Yeah, measurements.
Yeah,
it's measured flat. So measure the sea flat. Show me how you measure the sea flat to be flat, horizontal, perfectly horizontal.
Yeah, exactly. Right. When I use the water to level something, it's always horizontal. Even if I mess up.
On your mantelpiece in the pot.
Yeah, if I do that on my mantelpiece,
then the whole of the earth is flat.
The water. Listen, even if I mess up with the container and do it wrong, the water will still be flat on its surface. It doesn't matter if I mess up.
All right, I don't know, Elderbear, if you want to say some closing arguments so we can actually open it up to new people that are in here. Go ahead if you want to finish.
I'm just looking for that piece that we're meant to observe in nature. That we could say, gee, that looks really horizontal. How could we test that?
Yeah,
now
you come in, Mickey. Where's your rebuttal? You said you had something to say.
Yeah, I do, but I want to let new people kind of come in. I don't mind discussing this a lot further, but we seem to be kind of holding the VC a bit hostage on this point.
You. All of you Bev Earthers and Flat Earthers.
Stop that, Flatsy. Are you doing that?
Come on.
I love you all.
I mean, is there anybody really trying to get in here and speak? I'm fine with this too.
Well, I'd say you're better off with a large body of like a frozen body of water to establish maybe horizontal.
We're gonna see if we can.
Really? Where's that then?
Yeah,
where's that then? We can observe. Is that the piece? Hang on. Is that the piece that was measured then in this?
Yeah, we're not gonna hang on. We're gonna see if we can move it.
Is that all it takes, though? Seriously, guys, just establishing a horizontal. Is that it?
Hold on.
Well, we're gonna move it forward, Bev. We want new people that think that the Earth is a globe to have a shot at seeing if they can provide evidence for that.
Well, I don't think anybody could ever falsify a horizontal being able to be established, though.
Bev,
I mean,
I'm only asking this kindly.
If that is your claim that that's flat Earth.
Okay, I don't like doing that. I really don't.
Sometimes
but we're moving forward.
Flatsy, by the way, you held the stage for a while. Well done.
Well, we're going to see if there's anybody else in here that wants to just bring the conversation to whether the Earth is a globe or not. So if you're in here, welcome to 24/7 Flat Earth channel. #1 in the politics server, guys. And we do so because, as you see, the conversations are very provocative. And we want you guys to bring your best evidence if you think the Earth is a globe, or whatever it is, you have your idea of what you think the Earth is, and then go ahead and present your claim, then present your evidence to follow that. And we'll hear any new people that are in here. Guys, please chime in. I want you guys to engage. You have any questions? Go ahead. I am going to unmute Bev and Elder Bear. I'll just wanted to move the conversation forward, that's all. And give the new people a chance. Let's see, I see Dang Mang Woe in here. He said he didn't mind the conversation to continue. But if you think the Earth's a globe, Dang, this wasn't really a conversation for that. So, you think the Earth is a globe, Dang?
I do.
Okay. What evidence would you say would support that? You could say anything so long as it supports the Earth being a globe.
Bill Nye the Science Guy is a pretty cool guy, and I believe him, I think.
What evidence has he shown to you that would give you the information that it is a globe?
Bunch of pictures.
Namely, which one really convinced you? Or all of them?
The one that that didn't the one that least looked like CGI.
Which one's that, dude? Like you're still ambiguous. Which one's that?
I don't fucking know, dude. Are they named?
I don't know, but if you have one in mind, you can post it. If not, maybe you could pull something from the internet. I don't know. You just do your best.
Just tell us about it. Just tell us about it.
Oh no! God damn it! I wasn't here trying to affirm stuff. Right now, I'm just trying to listen.
Not a lot of people do, but I'll tell you what. If you want a couple minutes, collect your thoughts and bring some evidence. Go for it, man. I really want
I wasn't in here trying to affirm globe Earth. I think that's a fruitless endeavor because I think it's like it doesn't matter. I don't want to get into that. I do have a question for the globe or flat earthers though, or non-globe Earth or whatever.
Sure.
For what reason would like let alone people believing, right? Because I know you say like tons of people they just believe this what they're taught, all that.
Mm-hmm.
For what reason would all the people who are all these lying teachers of whatever whoever knows the truth but says otherwise, for what purpose would they be like, yeah, it's round and we have to get them to believe it's round? Why?
Yeah, that answer would be kind of it's a loaded kind of answer, but I would say that most people just believe that the Earth is a globe based on a traditional understanding. They're not out to deceive you. Like they're not the boogeyman. You're like your high school teacher that taught you about earth science or whatever is not going to be telling you that.
I mean, like, who's at the top of the team? You know what I mean? Like, at some point there must be people, right? There must be that.
I'm a glober.
But the thing is, mate. Listen, the thing is, it's not why are they lying? It's obviously they're lying because you can obviously observe that the Earth's not a globe yourself, can't you? That's what you've done.
I do want people to jump in and globe and flat answer his question, just to kind of get different perspectives for the gentleman. So that's all.
So Veritas, I'm a glober. And for anyone else, I'm a glober. Like why there could be reasons, and it's because knowledge is hard to acquire. Like, you do not have knowledge that the Earth is a sphere. You are told that the Earth is a sphere, and there are levels of knowledge. Like the average second grade teacher is relying on their 12th grade knowledge to say that the Earth is a sphere. So it is you always have this level of education that tells you the way the world works, and that always sits above you. And only when you can get to the very top can you establish like maybe there's something more going on. But like if you're teaching second grade, you're relying on maybe your 12th grade knowledge or your college knowledge, something that has been taught to you. You're relying on something that has been preached to you for your knowledge.
Yeah,
You're
I don't
not
mind that
relying.
answer. I honestly don't mind that answer. But
I
dang,
don't
what do you?
understand it, honestly, because like all. God damn it! All I was getting at is like there must be somebody that knows that the Earth is flat, right?
True.
But like almost maliciously espouses that it's round or whatever
Okay,
for some reason, right?
well,
It's just like you would think with the amount of professions that sort of entail the Earth being round, like pilots and well, I don't want to get into astronauts because NASA's a whole thing, but or like ship captains and shit like that, people who who I would say circumnavigate the globe, like they must all be lying
no,
or like straight retarded.
no. So they're working over the Earth. Okay, so for practical purposes, the pilots and mariners don't navigate the Earth as if it were a globe, but they superimpose the math of the globe over the top of like the practical use of how they navigate across it. So if there's a plane of existence that they navigate across, they're using the idea that the Earth is a globe with math. That's the only way that it exists. Doesn't exist, and they don't negotiate over a curvature. Let's say like the pilot isn't saying, I know how much curvature I'm going to be traveling over. They just get in a plane, go from point A to point B, and they fly in a trajectory using a heading. And the heading using local maps and also navigational tools. So that they're not in their mind. They believe they're flying over a globe, but they don't know that they are. Practically, they're using the Earth as it's a flat and stationary plane for practical purposes. So your average pilot wouldn't say that he's flying over a flat Earth, but he would say that for practical purposes, he's using it that way. But he's not going to tell you, yeah, I know I'm flying over a flat Earth. He's going to be like, dude, it's a globe, man. I mean, that's all what it is. But he would say because of his altitude, he's not going to tell you that he sees a globe. I mean, none of them do. They really some might, but like what I would say is there's no confirmation in the sky that the plane flying over a top of the Earth is not a measuring device.
I mean, we all know
if that makes any sense.
We all know global sea levels are rising, right?
Yeah, but do you understand what I'm saying, Dang? So for the case of it being coming from the mariner or the pilot, no one's saying that they're measuring the Earth in the sky or on the sea. All they're doing is traveling over the Earth as if it were a flat stationary plane. Whether it is or not, like they don't care because some of the math that's being used that they use superimposes itself over the locations of the Earth. So they're using like spherical trigonometry for one. It's not that we're saying
spherical
that math
trigonometry is Euclidean, straight lines.
Yeah, but in this case, like they would say that these triangles that I'm only saying because of what I've been hearing with these guys, right? Not saying this is true, but this is
they don't
kind
say
of the
it,
side
though.
of their argument. Yeah, they do, Bev.
When did they say it?
Many times.
Like you're going to be the one to repeat it, but I'm not aware of any of them saying it.
You're sidebarring this conversation. It's not to you; it's to the gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
So they would say this, and what happens is they can't provide evidence that it is, so they are in error. But like even that point, it doesn't matter because they can still work something out in a mathematical form. So that's how it exists.
To fucking give it.
So they're not using it to provide evidence that the Earth is a globe. They're just basically saying that I travel over the Earth, practically using it like a flat stationary plane.
I mean, Alfred, it's like, is it true to say, really? I mean, if you start thinking about anything like, I mean, I can't think of anything where a spinning globe Earth is taken into account in any form of anything that we do on this Earth, as in engineering, navigation.
Let's just see if Dan can respond, because I really left it open so that he can rebuttal. Dan, what do you say?
Assumption number one: a vertical is a straight line. That's okay.
Make the same assumption. A
Okay,
vertical is a
and
straight line. A
horizontal is perpendicular to it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And horizontal is a plane.
In every case, horizontal is perpendicular to vertical. It's a really big ball.
Okay.
In every case.
And all perpendiculars to the horizontal plane will be parallel.
It's a really big ball to a horizontal plane, not to all horizontal planes. That's the problem.
No. All perpendiculars to a horizontal plane will be parallel.
That's a really big ball.
Yeah.
That would be true, but only one of those verticals is a plumb line. Okay, here we go. Bear with me for a second. I'll figure this out. Sea level is an arc. It's a really big ball. Mean sea level is an arc.
Mean sea level is a point. It's an average on a vertical. It can't be an arc.
Oh my God. Mean sea level. Oh my God. Mean sea level is established at a point, and it goes everywhere. And it goes everywhere. And it goes everywhere. Then yes, horizontals would be parallel to each other, but not planar. I don't think you understand it. Parallel to each other, but not planar. Yes, you check it. How big is a cloud, Bev? Can you not imagine a sphere, a basketball? It's a really big ball. There's no hump. In space, Bev, yes, you check it. If you're at sea level, that is falling away from a horizontal. It's falling away from you in every direction. You're standing on top of a ball.
Water levels don't fall away, though. We know how water flows.
Sure they do.
No, we know how water
flows. Horizontal, sure they do. And Rockia's Bridge proved, 90 feet. You stand in the center of that bridge, either end of it is falling away from you by 90 feet. There's no hump.
So you're standing on the hump.
Oh my God. There's no hump.
But you just said that it's falling away at either side.
There's no hump.
Of course you're on the hump.
Can you not imagine a sphere, a basketball?
With you standing at the top of the hump.
There's no hump. Any point on it. On the side of it.
You standing on the side of the ball.
I don't think you understand it. On a ball, Bev. Standing on the earth, Bev. It's a really big ball. On a ball, Bev, on the side of it. No, they'll always show it horizontally.
I know.
There's no need to show it. We know it's curved. There's no hump.
What?
It's a really big ball. There's no point in going to the trouble of drawing a curve that you can't even see, Bev. There's no hump.
It's horizontal.
It's a really big ball. Oh my God. No, it's curved, Bev.
No, there's no curve to a horizontal.
In reality, elevations are curved. Are you trying to say that you can have other lines that are perpendicular to that horizontal plane? I will say absolutely you can. Not a one of them meets the description of vertical.
Vertical is perpendicular to the horizontal.
So
no, they would meet that description.
No, Deb, not by the definition that vertical is a plumb line. Yes, you check it. I don't think you understand it. I know what you were doing, and I don't care what you were doing. I don't think you understand it. Absolutely, the two plumb lines tilt away from each other. Really big ball. Yes, you check it. Well, let's think about that, Bill. Those plumb lines are always diverging. Always. It's irrefutable. No reason, no logic. Yeah, that's the way you do a chart. If horizontals are perpendicular to verticals, you're just on your own. What do you think? No reason, no logic, no answers to question. I think I destroyed you is what I think. You're just on your own. It's a really big ball.
There's no curvature in a horizontal blue.
Oh yeah, there it is. It shows the diverging verticals because of the measurement of the reciprocal zenith angles. It is as clear as day and it's irrefutable. That's the end of that story. Horizontals are not parallel. Verticals are not parallel. In reality, elevations are curved. Those verticals are not parallel. They cannot be. I'm not going along with it then. Nope.